Last event we saw these marbles going for speed, but this time they're going the distance in Event 4, Distance Drag. Hello everyone, I'm your host Quack, and right now the 4K Pixels, the rookie team, are narrowly leading the points with their 3 consecutive medals over the Ivy League and the Stingrays. But today we have Distance Drag. We saw this event in the qualifiers, one of the many we saw, and you can see this great big green board that these teams will have to roll down. They just try to get as far as possible. It's a team event with 4 members on each team rolling down, and you get 2 runs, so you get a second chance, even if your first run doesn't look so great. But we begin with the demo run, the Event Horizons and Mach 5. Both of these teams have demoed events before already, thanks to Sprint, and it looks like Mach 5 are off to a much better start with their captain down near the 45. The rest of the marbles, though, no one else able to get past the 36, it looks like. I think Mach 5 will be winning this round, but a 141 is still very solid, but still not the greatest run we've ever seen. A 112, especially not what we've come to expect from the Event Horizons, who've been so consistent in each of their demo events so far. We'll see if they're able to improve in the second round. This is the 3rd team event of the season. Oh, what happened to that one Mach 5 marble getting near the 10? It's pretty rare to see a marble go that low. But it looks like the Event Horizons have 2 getting near the 50, not quite able to get past it. Still very solid. Here comes a 3rd, actually, and the Event Horizons could be going for another great score in a team event here in their demo run. Mach 5 really not able to keep the pace up after their great first round, and a 156. It's a huge swing in favor of the Event Horizons. I think they will be winning overall. Yes, they will. A 268 is a very solid overall score compared to the 235 for Mach 5. But of course, that's how this event works. You get 2 runs, 1 on each side, and that means we begin with the real deal. The Stone Golems, who won this event in their qualifier group, and the 4K Pixels, who are coming off of 3 consecutive medals, trying to get a 4th. It looks like their first marble is going to get down past the 40, maybe into the 50. We don't see them right now, not quite able to get it. But their second marble bite, oh, maybe not quite, but still very solid for those 2 marbles. Meanwhile, the Stone Golems, all of them against that far wall, all of them at the 20 or lower, and a 133 to 65 is one of the largest margins we've ever seen in this event, especially for a single run. We'll see if that changes with the second round. The Stone Golems not up to their qualifier form. We'll see if that continues here. Their first marble going to be absolutely glued to that far wall once again. The Pixels not looking much better. Here comes that one marble going all the way down to the end. That'll be an 80 for them. A great bonus. It looks like the 4K Pixels will be winning this second round as well, and a 158 to 120. Once again, the Pixels are it's in their favor. We'll see what this total score adds up to be. A 291 is an amazing score for the 4K Pixels. The Stone Golems, unfortunately, a full 100 points behind with a 185. Not what they wanted to see. Now we move on to the King Crabs and the Snapping Turtles, the 2 aquatic animal teams going at it once again. And it looks like the Snapping Turtles going to seal off the King Crabs with their first marble, trying to play defensive here. It looks like their next couple marbles trying to thread the needle, and they have one getting down near the 60. I don't think they'll surpass it, but still a much better run for the Snapping Turtles. Everyone leading to that far side, and a 149 to 77. The King Crabs not able to get anyone past the 23. This was an event where they struggled in the qualifiers, both of these teams really, but the Snapping Turtles evidently have made a lot more adjustments, have made a lot more improvements since then. It looks like their second run's not off to a great start, though. Their captain settling at the 14, their next marble settling behind them. Meanwhile, the King Crabs have one getting around the 35 or so, but that's the best marble of this whole round. Neither team able to put anything on the board here, and a 67 to 101 is pretty disastrous for both teams, especially the Turtles, who looked like they had potential after the first round, but a 216 is all they have to show for it. That is P2 for now, but pretty much everyone other than the Pixels have struggled a lot so far, as the Crabs go down to dead last. Now the Loaves of Bread and our hosts, the Flying Saucers, are up. Both of these teams a bit closer to the middle of the standings, at least the Flying Saucers are, and it looks like they're going to be pretty much tied with their first marbles, but the Saucers have one getting all the way down to the end. Very impressive by them. Oh, but their teammates not really able to get anyone past the 25, it looks like. The Loaves of Bread were a bit more consistent. They definitely won't win because they didn't have that finisher, but the Flying Saucers really squandering their potential here. Once again, we saw something similar in archery. They'll need to improve upon that in their second round if they want to contend with the Pixels. Now we'll see how they come down here. Their first marble getting a bit dragged against the wall here. The Loaves of Bread, though, have one getting around the 50. Their second marble trying to do the same. Not quite able to reach them, though. And I think the Loaves of Bread will definitely be winning this second round. The Flying Saucers definitely not living up to the potential as I previously thought. And a 147 to 84 is a pretty big swing in favor of the Loaves of Bread. They will actually be going up into P2. The Saucers will have to settle for P3. And it's not looking like they'll be able to get their first host medal yet. Now we move on to the Red Rockets and the City Lights, a bit of a grudge match back from the Season 2 championship battle, and we'll see if these two rivals will go at it. Once again, their first marble for the Red Rockets, around the 35 or so. The rest of their team not really showing up, but here comes Fuselage trying to get down to the end. They're weaving side to side. They will get down to the end. Very impressive by them, but the rest of the team not able to get anywhere past the 36, it looks like, and the City Lights really nowhere to be seen here. A bit more consistent than the Rockets, but a 103 is not what they were looking for. Meanwhile, the reigning champs getting a 142. They could be a contender. Now we'll see as we move on to the second round. Will either of these teams be able to make a stand here against the Pixels? It looks like the Red Rockets get one around the 34. Their teammates are all getting blocked, all getting funneled into that one spot. Fuselage gets around the 45, it looks like, but the City Lights have one still dancing around similar to them. But looks like the rest of the team just not able to put in the work here. A 143 is still very solid, though. Better than I thought it would be for the Red Rockets. They did get everyone to the 30 at the very least. And that actually will go up into P2, a 285. Very respectable for the Rockets. Almost completely tied between their two rounds. Meanwhile, the City Lights, solid, but a bit quiet with them. None of them getting too far down the board. That will still be enough to put them provisionally top half. The 4K Pixels right now trying to become the first team in QMC history to get 4 medals in a row as they lead at the halfway point. The Red Rockets and Loaves of Bread rounding out the provisional podium as now we move on to the second half. The Azure Diamonds, the rookie team, up against the Stingrays, who are currently in that championship battle. It looks like the Diamonds will have one immediately getting down to the end. Very impressive by them. But the rest of the team, where are they? Trying to get past the 30. They have one getting past the 40, almost to the 50. The Stingrays having one settling right at the 40. But the Diamonds are definitely going to be taking the win in this one. A 179 is a massive point total for a single round. I think that beats some of the combined scores we've seen from other teams. And now let's see if they can keep the momentum up in their second round. The Stingrays also could have a chance, an outside chance, if they have a great run here, but their captain not looking the greatest. Oh, they will block that one Diamonds marble, though. Meanwhile, the rest of the teams not looking the greatest. The Diamonds have 3 settling past the 35 or so, it looks like, especially with those 2 getting to the 43. This could be a challenger here. A 142 is very solid, better than some teams' best runs, and that's still far worse than their first round. And it will be enough for P1. The Azure Diamonds, the rookie team, will dethrone the Pixels here, and will be taking the lead with a 321. The Stingrays getting 5th, but they're celebrating this. They even get the record, actually, beating the old record by the Pollen Puffs set in the qualifiers. Very solid for the rookie team. Now we move on to another rookie team with the Avocados up against Team Pixie here. Both teams, or especially Team Pixie, were very solid in the qualifiers in this event. We'll see how they do here. The Avocados, their first marble gets down past the 45. Team Pixie still have 3 trying to march down the field. It looks like they have all of them settled past the 35. Meanwhile, the Avocados have a couple going a teeny bit farther, but I think consistency will weigh in, and Team Pixie will be taking the win barely in this round, but a 158 to 149. Both teams are definitely challenging for medals here. Neither team has a medal yet, but Team Pixie has been so close every single event so far. Avocados have been on the polar opposite end, very low in the standings. They would love a great result here. And look at that one Team Pixie marble gliding past on the far side to get a few extra centimeters, but it's not going to be the greatest run for either team here. A 127 to 112. Team Pixie obviously going to win this one, beating the Avocados both times, and they will be going into P3. They're tantalizingly close to their first medal with a 285, but they gotta hope no one else passes them in the rest of this event. The Avocados, meanwhile, on pace for their best event of the season. Meanwhile, it's time for the Ivy League and the Jelly Jammers. The team currently in second place up against the Jammers, who are toward the middle of the standings. But it looks like the Ivy League have 3 still moving. They have 2 getting around the 40 or so. The Jelly Jammers really don't have that much to show for this round. And oh, that one Ivy League marble around the 15. Not how you want to do it. But neither team putting up a stellar run here. A 124 is all right from the Ivy League, but we'll have to see if either team can pick up the pieces as we move into round 2. Both of these teams would really like the points here, as now they're coming down to first marble. It's going to be stronger for the Ivy League by a little bit. They're both sailing very far, though, and now the Ivy League have another one going past 50. Here's a third coming down, and they're going to have 3 marbles around the 48 or higher. The Ivy League could be a challenger here. This is an absolutely divine run from them. A 185, I think, is the best single run we've ever seen here. Despite that 122, it'll still be enough to put them into P2. The Ivy League are challenging for their 3rd consecutive medal. They couldn't quite make it a 3rd consecutive gold here, but a 309 is very impressive. Now we move on to the final run, the Pollen Puffs and the Chili Peppers here. At this point, the Azure Diamonds are guaranteed their first ever main league medal, but what color will it be? Both of these teams not really putting up a fight right now, playing very defensive against each other. The Pollen Puffs have one getting down to the 50. Oh, but a hard block there to prevent the Chili Peppers from passing them. And I'm not really sure what the strategy is here. Neither team able to get anything done here. At 109 to 104, almost a complete tie. And we'll see if either team can get ahead in this second round. At this point, it's looking like the Diamonds might be in for their very first gold, but we'll have to see, as the Chili Peppers going to get a 9 with their first marble. A single-digit run is very rare in this event. The rest of their team not able to put in the work either. It looks like a 34 or so is about the best anyone has to show for this round. Is that going to be it? It looks like, actually, this is another tie, actually a perfect one, a 100 to 100. Of course, that means the Pollen Puffs will be narrowly winning, but P13 and P14, both of these teams completely squandering their potential here, both settling at the bottom of the table, and unfortunate for both of these teams that struggled back in Season 1, Pollen Puffs especially in Season 2 as well. But that means the rookie team, the Azure Diamonds, will be getting their first ever gold medals in the main league. The Ivy League will be coming away with silver, and the 4K Pixels get their 4th consecutive medals. We've never seen that before. Heartbreaking that it's another miss of the gold medal, but here is the podium. Despite it being so early in the season, this title fight is absolutely electric, with the Ivy League and 4K Pixels both getting more medals. 3 medals for the Ivy League, 4 for the 4K Pixels, and right now the league have the point lead by 3 points over the Pixels, but it's 73-70. We haven't seen numbers like these this early in the season since back in the glory days of the King Crabs, but we'll have to see if this keeps up as we head into the 5th event, which will be block pushing. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching.